Before I talk about this game, first and foremost, I do want to apologize for my behavior and the way how I reacted in Game 3. That I realize, looking at it now, that was come out rather unprofessional, so I do apologize for that. However, the silver lining is some of you guys enjoyed the rage. Some of you guys legitimately enjoyed the rage. I think there was one comment that is, I think somebody compared me to Barstool Frank. Like, hey, is this the Florida's version of Barstool Frank? I thought it was kind of funny. I guess I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. If you want to call me that, I'm flattered, I guess. But I guess that we have some. I am pretty passionate when it comes to my team, and Game 4 it was definitely no different than Game 3, but the only difference is the result. It's the same kind of thing. Florida was dominant. They were absolutely dominating on shots, attempts, and shots on goal. The problem is their goalie, Igor Shesterkin. He's really good. He really has lived up to the hype as one of the best goalies in the league. So that part we do know. We do know that he is absolutely terrific goalie. So that is the bottom line. So it is Bobrovsky going up against Shesterkin. Game 4, Florida needs to tie this series up before going back up to New York City at Madison Square Garden, where it's just absolutely very difficult to play in. They just need that one extra away game win. And kind of feel better for ourselves. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, I do apologize. Before I go any more further, I have a water bottle with me, and if you see me drink it, there are a couple of reasons why. One, of course, as you may know as well as I do, the game was absolutely terrific, and not to mention, it was absolutely stressful, which leads to number 2. By the third period, more so than overtime, I actually felt kind of sick. Like, I was incredibly nauseous, I was stressed out. I haven't even gotten time to even hydrate myself. Anyway, we start off with the Florida face-off win. Evan Rodriguez, who got hit by, you know who. He did come back on Game 3. So yeah, that was correct. And he was able to play through. We don't talk about that anymore. We're going to move on from it. We're past that. So, new game. New opportunities. So 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the game. I know it's just a number. You don't have to laugh. Eric Gustafson gets called for roughing against Los Serena. That power play is killed off, but the power play was actually pretty good. Lots of shots on goal for Florida. You got Matthew Tkachuk trying to get one with a snapshot that was saved by Shesterkin. Verhaeghe tries. Montour. Verhaeghe again. And that was pretty much it. 4 shots on goal, so pretty okay. And Lundell gets called for a weird high-sticking call against Kyle. New York goes on the power play, and they were pretty good on the power play, and they wind up scoring this one. So Savannah tries to get a slash shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. Panarin, I don't think he even got a point in this series, did he? I know Savannah did not. I'm kind of shocked he didn't. What I'm not shocked, Lafreniere tries to get one. Restlovic tries to deflect it, but both times were saved by Bobrovsky. Both of them were actually deflection. They're trying to get a little rebound in. And then off the face-off win, we got... Panarin now gets a point, now that I know, because Vincent Trocheck, a former Panther, was able to get one in off that slash shot. So he was assisted by Adam Fox. That's his 6th assist of the postseason. And Artemi Panarin that's his 9th assist of the postseason. Off the slash shot is Vincent Trocheck actually hitting the post but the puck ricocheting off the post on the above crossbar into the back of the net, which is a good goal. So that was a good goal. That was absolutely a good goal. So 1-0 New York, all right. Anyway, we move on ahead. New York, I swear, I thought they scored a second goal. I forgot who it was that nearly shot this one. That hit that shot on goal for that one, but it hit the post and it did not go into the back of the net. I forgot who it was. Oh, by the way, I will say this: welcome back, Blake Wheeler. From what I understand, he got hurt back at February, and he comes back tonight. So that's good for Blake Wheeler to come back. Montour gets called for a cross check on Vincent Trocheck, and that is just an absolute silly penalty to take. Absolutely silly penalty by Montour. New York goes on an incredibly difficult power play with Savannah Jetapanair and tries to get one, but all three of them were saved by Bobrovsky. Trouba with the snapshot that was saved by Bobrovsky, and the penalty would be killed off. Mikola gets a shot on goal, saved by Shesterkin, and then they tried again. Lafreniere misses wide to the right. And we go to the second period, being down 1-0. So that was tough. Second period, Florida looking like they want this more than New York does, and we know this. Well, I said this a while ago. Anytime you have the Panthers losing, they would play better in the next game, even if they would. Majority of the time they would win. I can't say all the time because that would be a lie, but majority of the time they would probably get a win. There are some cases where they don't. In the last game they actually did not, and you already know the story. I was pretty upset, but not this time. They had a mission. They had an absolute mission to get this done. Shesterkin just played absolute menace hockey for the Rangers, and then there will be a penalty on Ryan Lindgren. For holding against Barkov, and pretty obvious call. Sorry, but that was an obvious call to make. Florida goes on a power play. Ekman Larson with the wrist shot that was saved by Shesterkin. Puck goes up to the netting. Reinhart hits the crossbar. That should have been 1-0 right then and there. And then Bennett with the wrist shot that was saved by Shesterkin. And then Bennett would get a tip-in goal to tie this game up. He was assisted by, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, he was assisted by Bobrovsky. He gets his first playoff points in this playoffs, at least. That's his first assist, so he gets a point. And Forsling's 7th assist of the postseason. Off the tip and just sneaking through the pile. And it's just a little bit of a small push on the far right side of the goal line. Just when there's a line, and then right behind it is where all the netting is. The puck just went through it, and Bennett gets the credit of the tip-in. Maybe that's the only way you have to get past Shesterkin. But either way, I'll take it. We get a power play goal off of this. It's 1-1 tie game. All right. Then Barclay Goodrow, a little bit after that. Kind of did a silly thing. I don't think he meant to do that. But that puck went over the glass, and he gets a delay of game call. And Florida goes right back on a power play soon after. And that may have had the momentum point shift in this game. Because Florida would try to get this 2-1, and they eventually would. So Matthew Tkachuk gets a snapshot that was saved there by Shesterkin. Reinhart with the wrist shot. Save again by Igor. Then off the face-off win, there's a bunch of puck clearance and trying to get a possession of the puck. But finally, we were able to get this goal in as Barkov gets his 10th assist of the postseason and Matthew Tkachuk's 14th assist of the postseason. Off the batted in is Carter Verhaeghe. That puck went up in the air, and he kind of had to do a little bit of a baseball swing to get one in, and he batted this one in. That's why they call it batted. I call it baseball hockey. But anyway, and all kidding aside, Verhaeghe with the go-ahead power play goal to make this one 2-1 over New York Rangers. which is huge. And I'll explain why it's huge in a little while. But 2-1 Florida, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So 2-1. I don't feel as much confidence, to tell you the truth, for the rest of the game, because New York Rangers, because I know there's the Islanders, they can come back. They can come back. Forsling with that really silly penalty to Chris Kreider. He gets called for a tripping, and there will be a shorthanded chance from Barkov. Savasha with a slap shot beforehand that was saved by Bobrovsky, and the power play is killed off. I guess he did that just to give himself a little bit of breathing room. To give himself a little breather before coming back out of the ice. I'm totally joking. With all kidding aside, there would be no... I don't think there was any penalty in the third period, right? But either way, for the rest of that period, Bobrovsky's trying to make those saves, and Shesterkin's making those saves. There's a backhand save by Barkov, just couldn't get anything in. Panthers looking like they needed to get this goal, and they were. So then we go to the third period. There will be some scuffles at the end of the second. So third period starts. Immediately we start off with something that's pretty weird. I just don't see how you're not going to call this a holding. I mean, that was clearly holding. Our guys are getting hauled by the Rangers players. Nothing was called. But anyway. So not much happened, but 3 minutes and 28 seconds. And Barclay Goodrow tries to get this one, but that hit the crossbar. Just as I'm trying to breathe, I couldn't. Because 50 seconds later, they would tie this game up. And of course, it's Alexis Lafreniere. So Artemi Panarin gets his 10th assist of the postseason, and Anna Fox another assist for this game and 7th assist of the postseason. Off the wrist shot is Lafreniere to get one through and get one by Bobrovsky, and 1/4 of the arena is filled with Rangers fans, and of course you have a lot of guys from up to New York, Philly, Boston. I experienced this. They would come down here and try to invade the arena. And it worked for baseball, but I don't know if it works much for hockey anymore. Anyway, tie game. It would wind up being a tie game for the rest of the period. Both teams, especially Florida, and Wenberg blocking shots for most of the Florida shots. Shesterkin is it's like a goalie god. What can I say? He is saving pucks left and right from Florida. And Florida doing a ridiculous thing. Shooting directly at Shesterkin for majority of the time. But there are times where they would go on a breakaways. And Barkov was trying to get on breakaways for much of the game. And he just still could not buy one even if they wanted to. And when the Rangers would touch the puck, which they rarely did in the third period after the Lafreniere goal, they almost get one. But Bobrovsky, still a brick wall. And Shesterkin almost giving up a go-ahead goal in the third, and they just were not able to get one in. Tarasenko tried, Reinhart tried, really not Aaron Ekblad tried, and I didn't think he played great this game. Rodriguez and Trouba, smiling at each other, hey, I didn't forget about the last game. I didn't forget the last game. Anyway, that's besides the point. But the third game in a row, we go to overtime, and I just did not feel confident. That part right there, I feel absolutely sick. Not from the real life standpoints, but probably just from this game alone. Because I feel like our season would be on the line, which technicality, it would be. But if we don't score this, we're in serious trouble for Game 5. And Game 5 would likely be our season finish if we don't score this overtime goal. So for the third time in a row, they go to overtime, and we have a bad history with overtime this season. This series alone anyway. We lost 2 overtimes in a row, Games 2 and 3, to Barclay Goodrow and Wenberg. So, what's the story here? Well, Savannah Chad gets this, and I'm just sitting like this, well, actually, let me try something like this. I was sitting like this, just watching, anxious, and I was anxious enough to even watch the game alone. And my heart's pumping. My heart's really pumping. I'm stressed out. I didn't feel so good. There were a lot of takeaways. Barkov was trying to get, and then Barkov at that moment, and like I'm watching, like, okay, maybe this is it. This is it. This is it. Barkov was on a breakaway. He gets hooked by Blake Wheeler, and I thought for sure they were going to call this a penalty shot. And believe me, I wanted a penalty shot, but they called it a 2-minute minor hooking to Blake Wheeler. And I'm like, at that point, like, if they kill this off, I'm going to be pissed off. But now I'm just like, okay, fine, we'll take it. So Florida, with a big opportunity to win this in this overtime, they have 2 power play goals already. Can they get this third one to win this, to tie the series? Well, they did. He's assisted by Brandon Montour. That's his 6th assist of the postseason. Excuse me. And Barkov's 11th assist of the postseason. Off the slap shot, it's Sam Reinhart with his 8th postseason goal. And that wins it for Florida to tie this series up 2-2. And I was like, yeah, let's go. I wasn't like jumping out of excitement because like I don't want to be like most of the people be like, yeah, we won the cup. Like, no, because I realized this series is still long from over. There's still a few games left. I don't want to say there's 3 games left because I don't know if that could be true. But at least there's 2 games left. At least. And I don't know what's gonna bring for game 5. But now that we tied the series, we can have a little bit of breathing room. So, series is far from over. We outplayed New York again, but this time we actually were able to get that finishing goal, and we can finally, think about the next game up in New York City. All right, we will look at team stats. Florida with much more shots on goal with 40. They only have 23. 48 hits for New York, 45 for Florida. More face-off wins for Florida with 34 out of 31. Florida with 4 power play opportunities. They should have got 3. They should have got 3. Let's see, Sam Bennett. I thought Bennett got the overtime. Whatever. I don't care. Who the hell cares? Who cares about that one anymore? So they get, okay, fine, at least 2 power play opportunities. Although I seriously thought he did get the power play goal in the first period, but who cares? It happened. 4 power play opportunities that got 2 or 3. New York gets 1 power play opportunities. That was Trocheck's, a former Panther. No shorthanded goals this time, thank God. 28 block shots from New York, and most of those are from Wenberg, from all I see. 8 block shots for Florida, 11 takeaways for Florida, 10 takeaways for New York, and 17 giveaways for Florida, and 12 for New York, so almost close to even, but not quite. And now they finally show the stars of the game, and no surprises here with Sam Reinhart with 1 star with that overtime goal. 2 stars, they gave it to Sergei Bobrovsky. 3 stars, they give it to Shesterkin. I mean, I'm not gonna argue these anymore. I just don't want to. Anyway, Game 5 is on Thursday. More stress coming out. We play in June. We play in June, I guess. Anyway, we play in June. That's the guarantee at this point. I do apologize for drinking water bottles in the recap. Anyway, well, there you go. That's going to do it for this video, folks. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content, because Miami TVG gets it back. And when he does, he'll be right there with the fear entertainment you deserve. Tomorrow, there will be an Inter Miami recap. That's going to do it. I'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.